I hope you are ready for us tonight. Tonight we are going to have a very heavy discussion. Are you ready for Tuesday? Hi, cousins. Hi, Makuzo. Hi, Makuzo. Hi, cousins. Hi, cousin.
Hi, cousin.
Hi, Kuzo.
Hi.
Amazing. It's good to see all of you this wonderful evening. We are ready for you. I hope you are ready for us. So my name is, as you all know, is Pastor Bonnie Bahati. And we decided to do that, okay? So our segment is called Let's Talk. Let's Talk. So we are going to talk about everything in the next two Tuesdays. And today we want to start talking about something very important that I think affects all of us. Relationships. You are excited. You are ready. You are very ready. Watu waongee. Wacha niongee. Wacha niongee. So watu waongee leo. Leo watu wafanye nini? Makazini wapendane wasipendane? Nauliza cousins wapendane wasipendane?
Wapendane.
So, yeah. So let's talk. So I'm joined by a wonderful lady. The emperor. The conqueror. Jebu. Our lady, Pastor Joyce Kisia. AKA, oh, now it's Joyce Kafushu.
Yeah.
Sorry, Joyce Kafushu. So Joyce is a psychologist by training. So I figured the best person to have a conversation on relationship with is a psychologist. Because psychologists, one of the things they do, they study human behavior. Did you enjoy our conversations last week with Pastor Seth? On the cells? She'll be coming back on Let's Talk, I think, a few Tuesdays from now. On another one, because she's also a master on something else. And I would want you to hear from her. So Pastor Joy, how are you?
I'm good.
Talk to
Blessed.
us. How have you been?
I've been good, busy, but yeah, thanking God for even the busyness.
The business is a blessing.
Yes.
By the way, how long have you been married?
Acha niibe kwa Mwakenya kidogo.
You can't remember. This is the first lady I'm meeting who can't remember.
I'm very bad with dates. Since 2021, so it's 4 years.
4 years of marriage.
Yes.
Love for her. At least she has done it for 4 years. And now, how has it been?
Marriage.
Yeah.
It's been a journey. It has been a journey. You know, like, I think from what you think, maybe the perception that you have when you're getting into it, and then what you find when you're in it. They are very different. I remember when we were when I was about to get married,
yeah.
Pastor Mercy kept asking, "Are you sure you want to get married?" So I'm like, I've answered you that question so many times. Don't you think that
I'm sure?
I am very sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I was in it, that's when I understood the question.
Why she kept asking.
Yes.
And what was your perception before you got married? Maybe you give us one or two perceptions that you had before you got married. Of course, one of it will be, you'll be the only, one and only.
Of course.
The center of attention.
Oh, yes.
The world will revolve around you.
Yes. You see, when you're dating, you know now, because you're not spending so much time together, when you meet, it's like that's the world.
It's the steamer.
Yeah. So, like, you feel, like, I thought that's how marriage would be. Like, that electrifying feeling all through. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, that's not the case.
That was a perception.
Yes.
But the reality?
The reality.
Life must move on.
Yeah. Yes.
That's interesting. Coming from a lady.
Maybe you should tell us from a man's perspective.
Maybe. Did I have any expectation towards marriage? Of course I did. That's why I got married. One of my expectations was that if I remember well, is that I'll be like
The king.
the king, yeah. I didn't want to use that, but you pulled it out of me. So. I thought I'll be Zebu, Zebu. General Overseer. President General among the nations. President General among the nations. You're not saluting me. President General among the nation. President General among the nation.
Salute.
Then fast forward, we're in marriage, and what I thought is not is. Of course, I'm president, but not president general. Because a few years into marriage, we get a child, and we get another girl, and here we are now. I'm not the center of attention, as I thought it would be. That's one of the most challenging times, by the way, in marriage, when the attention used to be on you as a spouse, and all of a sudden the attention is on another guy that actually needs more attention than you. So yeah, how did I work through it? I don't know. I just know we worked through it. So as she's saying, marriage comes with different, what you think is, the perceptions you have of a happily ever after. I'm talking to you, Sophie. I'm talking to you, Sophie. Happily ever after, you being the center of attention, please start slowing down and start thinking otherwise. Not that you will not be the center of attention, you will be, but there are other factors that are unseen. So I want us to go straight into our conversation, and we want to look at lessons that we've learned over the years in our various relationships. So, our psychologist,
Yes.
what is lesson number 1?
So lesson number 1 is that you should have a life.
Have a life.
Yes, live your life.
Live your life.
Yes. Don't stop living because you've gotten married. Yes.
Have a life. That sounds like a cliche, but many people stop living or assume that now life will start revolving around their spouses
Yeah.
when they get married.
Yes.
And I think you have a similar story.
I have a similar story.
Uh-huh.
Yes. So, I'll first, I think mine wasn't so deep because of a lesson I learned from Women of Excellence.
Yeah.
And this was a story from Pastor Mercy.
Yeah.
She gave her own story where when she got married, she thought, now, like, this is it. Like, what I've been dreaming of. Now
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
finally gotten it.
The princess.
Yeah, so she was just at home. She would wake up, prepare pups, and then now go back to sleep and now wait for him to come back
In the evening.
in the evening.
Yeah.
And then now, that perception of I'm the only one, like everything should revolve around me.
Yeah, I'm the goat wife.
Yeah, so every time she keeps calling, she keeps texting, until one day, Paps told her, you need to get a life.
Hey, I thought you were my life.
Yes.
I thought you were my life.
So when she gave us that story,
Yeah.
I was not yet married. And I thank God I got the lesson before I got married. When I got married, of course, there's that thing. I think I didn't have a life for like 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How was it? How was those 2 years? How did you know you didn't have a life? And at what point did you think, hey, now I need to get a life?
Because everything was revolving around my husband. Like, I can't make a decision.
My husband and I.
My husband and I.
Have you had my husband and I?
I could not make a decision without him. Yet he's living his life.
He's making decisions by himself.
Yes.
If he wants to enjoy something.
He enjoys.
But you?
Me, I can't go out if I'm not with him.
Hey.
I can't. Yeah. So that was my life.
Yeah.
So it's like I felt like I was stuck somewhere, not moving, not having anything. Like I had a business, but I'm like, he's providing, so why should I?
Why should I put in the effort?
Yeah, why? I have everything I need. So after the 2 years is when I actually realized that lesson, I need to start living it. I knew it, but I was not living it.
Wow.
Yes, so that's when I decided to have a life.
Have a life. So don't make the mistake to think that once you get married, that's the end. Now my life revolves around my spouse. So everything I do must be on or with them.
Yeah.
Because what we forget is when we come and get married, we are two different individuals. Complete by yourself, complete by yourself. So when we come together, we are two complete individuals coming together.
Yes.
So we had things going on by ourselves that should not, quote unquote, stop because now we are married. Otherwise, we start overburdening each other to meet needs that were not supposed to be met by your spouse. Boss, if you are a man, there are some needs that your spouse will not meet. They'll be met by your boys.
Yeah.
Ama? Talking to men. I don't think men would enjoy going to watch football with their wives. I'm not talking about sex. I'm not talking about sex. Sex is in a different category. No, that's not. I'm talking about generally. William, I don't think you'll go and watch football with Ciara. And she's there cheering. Why? Football is best enjoyed with men. You don't need someone to keep asking you, where is he wearing number 9? Mbona anachezea hii side na anavaa kuchezea huku? Babe, which side are they closing? Mbona afiki mwisho? Babe, mbona mpira ionekani? You don't want that.
Yeah.
So what happens is, when you come into marriage, and you do not have that mind, you start thinking it is your wife who should meet that need. So you start overburdening her to meet a need that she has no business meeting. Same thing with ladies.
Yes.
There are some conversations are best held by
Ladies.
girls.
Yeah.
That your husband, even though he would want to hear, it's very hard for him to listen. He won't give you the same response.
Yes.
So why don't you have your girls who you have your stories with, and then you come to your husband and have common stories that you guys have together.
Yeah.
So that's what she means by saying, have a life. Let your life keep moving. You had things going on for yourself. And by the way, this is not just in marriage, even in relationship. Because sometimes this is how people behave in relationships.
Yes.
Ama?
Yes, very true.
How are you behaving in relationship, by the way? Because this one was, what do we call those ones who are Alejandro? A1. A1. How was it?
In relationships,
Yeah.
I think the fact that you find someone who has chosen you, you feel like you owe the world to, like everything should just is for them.
Yeah.
So, like you can cancel meetings just for them.
Oh. If they're not canceling meetings for you, iko shida. Uh-huh.
You can go out of your way to make things happen for them.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was how the relationship was.
Yeah.
So you see, that can be to some degree disadvantageous. Because sometimes your things have to stop. So now you come with the same mind in marriage. And then you realize that he likes his job. And he goes to work.
The whole day.
The whole day. And sometimes, like someone I know, when they are working, they don't talk. They don't chat.
Yeah.
So there's this particular lady who was getting stressed all the time. You don't chat me, you don't do this. But when you were dating, even if you are working, you would find a way of chatting me. Whoa! I told them, the guy is working. And when he's working, he likes to concentrate. Do you know why that happens? Do you know why
Please
there's a
tell
flip?
us.
There's a flip. It's because men like chasing.
Yeah. Yes.
Tell us about it.
Men like chasing.
Yes.
So when they chase you, ukishaingia box and they marry you, see this thing,
Yeah.
they've already attained what they wanted to attain. So if you don't improve yourself in any way, they'll find something else to chase.
Could be a career.
Yes.
Could be a business. Because man is wired to chase.
Yeah.
So sometimes when girls get into a relationship or they actually get into marriage, they forget that this guy is a chaser. So if I don't keep constantly improving myself, I will not be chased.
Yeah.
So something else will be chased in my stead, on my behalf. And that is where conflicts come from. You start saying, oh, when we were dating, you used to call me 3 times a day.
You used to give me attention.
You used to give me attention.
Yeah.
Have you done that?
Yes, I have.
Talk to us about it. Napenda udaku.
So
It's less talk, yeah? Yeah, so let's talk.
I think it goes back to the 2 years that I was not doing anything to improve myself. I was just there. So like I feel like when I look back, I feel like I was a nagging wife.
Yeah.
Because I felt like, why is he not calling me? Why is he not texting me? I mean, I was the world to him.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah.
Yes. So that was it.
And what kind of pressure would that put on him?
A lot of pressure. Just imagine you're at work, trying to meet targets, trying to actually work, and then there's someone who is nagging you here.
Why are you not texting me?
Why are you not calling me?
Why are you not giving me attention?
Yeah.
And my Muhindi is looking at me. Do you think I'm going to respond?
So I believe when I look back, I feel like I was a nagging wife.
I'm glad you admit that's
Yes.
humility. It's humility to look back and see that was wrong. This is how it should have been. So this segment we are having, this talk we are having, is to help you not fall into the same pitfalls that we are falling into.
Yeah.
So remember, the first lesson is have a life. Have
A life.
You know, as I said earlier, you are 2 people who have come together and chosen to do life together. That means life is still happening.
Yeah.
Life is not stopping.
Yes.
Amma?
Yes, it keeps moving.
Uh-huh.
I came to have this realization, I think, last year,
Yeah.
that the fact that you're married, it doesn't mean that now your lives become one. I hope you'll understand.
Yeah.
Like it becomes one and then now you're moving together. You are one person having a life, then there's another person having their life. And then now you have come together to walk the journey together. Are you getting?
Yes.
Yes.
When you get married, separate individual, different entity coming together to do life together. Not mean if we come together, your life stops, my life stops, our lives are now joined and we walk together. Are you getting what she's saying? Continue.
Yes. So, like, you should allow your spouse to live his or her life. Because I feel like sometimes we tend to, it's like we want to orchestrate how their lives will be.
You want to dictate.
Yes. Now that you're my husband, there's this way you're supposed to dress. There's a way you're supposed to talk. Yes, there's a way you're supposed to carry yourself because you're my husband.
Valerie, I'm talking to you.
Yes, and some men also, they not because you're my wife, there's a certain way you're also supposed to dress, carry yourself around.
Do you know why that happens?
Tell
with
us.
both spouses? It's because every spouse has an idea of how the kind of wife they want in their head.
Oh, yeah.
So sometimes they want to leave that out through their spouses. So they almost want to dictate things that they have no business dictating. Like allow them to live their life.
Yes.
Allow them to find expression, how best they find expression. Because if you try to dictate to the T, to the dot, you'll end up in so much frustration. Marriage will feel like a cage. Oh,
Yeah.
this is the kind of dresses I want you to wear because I used to see my mother wear them.
And I like them.
Oh, this is the kind of hairstyle I want you to have because people in our village, this is the kind of hairstyle they have. I mean, to some degree, that's quite fine. But there's an extent that it gets to, that it becomes now, you are not allowing the other person to express life how best they want to express life.
Yes.
Tunaelewana mpaka hapo? Tunakubaliana? So what are you supposed to do in such instances?
In such instances, I believe that you are supposed to be a friend.
First of all,
Yes, to your spouse. You're supposed to pray for them. Because, truth be told, they are not perfect. They've not yet gotten there. These 30s, okay, if you've gotten married in your 20s, there are things that happen in your 30s
that you have no idea
that you
about.
have no idea of. There are things that happen in your 40s.
When you see a 30-year-old, respect them.
Yes.
If you're in your 20s. If you're in your 30s, if you see a 40-year-old,
Respect them.
there are things that are waiting for you up on belly that you have no idea about.
Yes. So, of course, life is not a straight line. So your spouse might fall. Your spouse might end up doing things that they themselves never thought they'll ever do or end up in. So, are you the spouse who will push them down, or are you the spouse who will help them walk the journey?
Wow.
Yes.
That's powerful. Be aware that life happens, and when life happens, it comes with different challenges. So the best you can be is, number 1, be a friend. Number 2, pray for them. Number 3, be a pillar of strength. When life happens and the fan hits the road, be there to help them pick it up.
Yeah.
Be there to help them walk the journey. Kill the idea of that perfectionism you have in your head, or that idea of ideal marriage. But everybody has an idea of an ideal marriage. Marriage, sisi ndi happily ever after, tupiganangi. Me, I'll get married to a rich man. There's a lady who keeps saying she'll get married to a rich man. I'm waiting to see where the rich man is. You know, by the way, Peter had a similar experience with Jesus.
Yes.
Tell us about it.
When Jesus, just before Jesus was taken away,
Yeah.
he told Peter that Satan has desired to sift you, but I have prayed for you. So when Jesus, okay, of course, he had already prayed for Peter. So does that mean that that instance was taken away from Peter?
No.
Or he actually went through it?
He went through it.
Yes, exactly. So we should be like Jesus and pray for our spouses.
Not want to take away some things from them, but allow them to go through some things.
Yeah.
The best we can do is comfort them, because when they are going through some things, there are things that are best learned in pain.
Yes.
Did you know that? There are things that are best learned in pain. There are lessons that are best learned when you are broke. There are lessons you will never learn until you hit
Rock bottom.
rock bottom. There are lessons you will never learn until you are betrayed. Such a circumstance. That's why Jesus never removed that, even though he had that power
Yeah.
to remove that pain that our guy was to go through, Peter. He didn't remove it. Instead, he prayed for him and said, Satan has desired to sift you, so I pray for you. So be that kind of a person to your spouse. Pray for them. In fact, the Bible tells us that though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will not fear. For thy rod and thy staff comfort me. Where do they comfort me in? In the valley.
Yeah.
In the valley of the shadow of death. So there are some things that we go through in life that the solution to them is being comforted through them, not them being removed. So do not fall for the trap or the temptation of wanting to dictate and help your spouse escape some things. There are some things you'll help them escape, but there are some things they have to go through.
Yeah.
Tell your neighbor, there are some things you have to go through.
There's some things you have to go through.
There are some appointments you have to suffer.
Appointments you have to see.
There are some appointments you have to tick.
There are some appointments you have to tick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we together? In the same token, you must be aware also in this issue of living your life. There are some things that your spouse will never talk to you about them. And Pastor, what are you saying? Are you saying that there are going to be secrets? I'm not saying there will be secrets. I'm just saying there are some things that he may never be comfortable to talk to you about.
Yeah.
But he will talk to God about them. Allow it to be so.
Yes.
Ama unasema aje
Ni hivyo tu.
daktari?
Ni hivyo, like even you think about your life. Have you told your beloved or your spouse everything about your life? Or there are some things that it's just you and God who know. So why should you expect him to tell you everything and you also have things you've not shared?
And not like you're hiding.
Yeah.
You're just not comfortable.
To share yet.
Yet, when you are comfortable, you will. So allow them to get to that place where they are comfortable. There are some people who are yet to find their identity in God. So do you think it will be easy for them to tell you, by the way, me, I find my identity in you? Do you think it should be comfortable for them to say that? But when they go through it and they find that actually my identity is not in this guy, my identity is in Jesus. If they ever find that place, like if they ever get to that place where they are comfortable to talk about it, they will talk about it then. But do not think and force them to tell you everything. Because there are some things that they are only comfortable to talk to God about them. And be okay with that.
Yeah.
Be okay with it. Are you understanding what I'm saying? I'm not saying they are secrets. Please understand what I'm saying. I'm saying there are things they are not comfortable to talk. Allow them. Are we together? As long as I don't know, yeah. Or what do you think?
Yes, just allow them. Because even just think about your sheep, your disciples. If you have forced someone to tell you something they were not ready to tell you, what happens?
You break them.
Yes, and they'll avoid you. They won't, they can't face you after that. So don't put your spouse in that space where this is home, but they're not comfortable. Yeah.
Wow, amazing. So accept that there are some things that they may never be comfortable to talk to me about, but when they will be, they can talk to me about them. Is that okay? Is that okay? And also, stop trying to put pressure on your spouse by, how do I explain that? Stop trying to put pressure on your spouse to be what they are not. You understand what I mean by that? Stop trying to push pressure on your partner, your beloved, to be what they are not. You get what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
Have you done that? Of course.
No.
Okay, talk to
I've
us
been a
about
victim.
it. You've been a victim.
Yes.
The story you were telling me the other day.
Yes. So, sometimes you find that you will never be the same as your spouse. They have different strengths, you have different strengths. For me, unless God, one day it happens, I might never be a location pastor. So, I don't expect that kind of pressure of a location pastor, of leading people, of all those things.
In fact, many years ago, she told me she doesn't want to be a pastor's wife. I don't know how she ended up here. but yeah.
Yes. So, that kind of pressure, now that you're in this church setting, now your spouse, you start pushing them. Now by now you should be a missional location shepherd. What are you still doing?
Look at Pastor
You're a
Sess.
harvest group shepherd.
I want my wife to be like Pastor Sess.
Do you see how she dresses?
Do you see how she's
talks?
good at shepherding?
Yeah.
What about you? Look at your life. Look at your life. How are you helping me with your ministry, with my ministry? How are you helping me? You will never be the same with your spouse.
Yes.
By the way, do you know, they say, unlike poles attract, then they attack. Yeah. Unlike poles attract, once they have attracted, the next thing they do is they attack. You see, that very thing that has attracted you to your spouse will be the very thing that you detest the most.
True.
Have you experienced it? I'm keeping quiet so that it sinks. That very thing that has drawn you to them. Oh, this guy is laid back, ananga story mingi, he's phlegmatic. I enjoy laid back guys.
Yeah.
Watu wananga story mingi, wasumbuangi. Fast forward, you're in marriage. Sasa wewe. Kazi yako ni kunyamaza. Haunanga maoni. Hauwezi nitetea. Angalia watu upload wenye wananipiga. Auongei. Nani simba kwa hii nyumba? The very thing that attracted you. That's why they say, unlike poles attract, then they attack. So accept that we will never be the same.
Yes.
Accept that. Accept it now, man. Accept it.
Now.
Accept it. Asira, you will never be the same with Susanna. Susanna, you will never be the same with Asira. You have different strengths. Asira may be very good with mathematics, but you may be very good with mathematics. If you don't get it, forget about it. Yeah? I'm on them again.
Very true. Very true.
What do you think you're good at and your husband is not good at? And what do you think your husband is good at and you're not good at? Let's hear real life stories. See, let's talk. Tell about let's talk.
I'd say what I'm good at.
Yeah.
I'm good at planning things. Like I can plan something from beginning to the end and follow through.
Yeah.
Him, he wants to see the picture and the final product. The process, he's not interested. Yes.
And many men are like that.
Yes. What he is good at, he's good at, I think, pointing out things
that need to be taken note of.
Yes. Yes.
So have you found yourself trying to make him be details oriented like you?
Yes, because he's very
sketchy.
No, he's like Pastor says, he's very spontaneous.
Yes. I think that's why they flow.
He's very spontaneous. Like he can think of something now and he wants it done now. For me, I have to think about how that thing will be done.
And the best way to do it.
Yes. So, hapo ndo tumegwaruzana kidogo.
Let's go out now. Babe, you should have told me that you want us to go out. When should you have told me? 2 weeks ago. Because I need to prepare. We cannot just wake up and go out. But me, I want to go out now. Are you seeing where the conflict comes in? So your business is to find out and know what is the strength of each person.
Yes.
And then fund that strength.
Yeah.
So for her, the husband realizes that this one is good at details. So anything to do with details in this house. This one realizes that if we've always followed details, we will die without enjoying life. Sometimes life is let loose and enjoy. So let's be spontaneous. So she must be willing to accept.
Yeah.
Let's be spontaneous. We need to go, let's go eat out today. Let's go. That spontaneity will bring spice to her life.
Yes.
And then her details will bring order in the life of the spouse. So both of them will be of help to each other.
Yeah.
So notice their strength and fund their strength. I think pesa yenu imeishia hapo. Mtaongeza